Hello, dear students of class 11 science. Welcome to environmental science class. We are still dealing with the chapter ecology. So today we will talk about the biomes. Okay, so we will discuss about few biomes like tropical rainforest, deserts, grasslands, coral reef and lakes. And here you have to mainly learn about the types of animals and plants which are present in each biome and the adaptations which are mainly seen in the plants and animals which are present in respective biome. That you have to remember. Clear? So actually what do you mean by biome? Okay, so biome is actually the unit of ecological organizations which is mainly characterized by the presence of flora, fauna and their interactions. Not only the interactions between the flora and the fauna, but also the interaction with the abiotic substances. So the interaction among the biotic and the abiotic factor, it mainly shows the characteristics of a particular biome. Okay, because most of the habitat, most of the place in our planet Earth has more or less the same kind of biotic and abiotic factor. Okay, and this will create a typical ecosystem over that habitat or area. So such major ecosystems are mainly known as biomes. So we have got different types of biomes. If I've already said, we have got tropical rainforest, okay, we have got deserts, we have got grasslands, we have got coral reef, and we have got lakes. And each particular habitat, in each particular biome, we will find different species of flora, different species of fauna along with the respective adaptive features. So those type of adaptive features among the flora and the fauna present in each biome we are going to discuss in this class. Okay, so first of all we will discuss with the first biome, that is tropical rainforest, page number 28. Okay, so here we just see the characteristics of the tropical rainforest, the plants and animals which are present in this rainforest, and the adaptations which are seen in the plants and animals. Okay, no need to go in depth knowledge. Okay, so let's see the characteristics of the tropical rainforest. So this tropical rainforest is a rich storehouse of biodiversity. We will get a huge species of plants and animals in this tropical rainforest. Okay, so the number of species found here is usually more than compared to the other biomes. Now the trees in this type of tropical rainforest are usually very tall, reaching up to 70 meters. All right, leafy tops of the tree will form the canopy. Then in the tall trees we will find the birds like eagle. All right, then under the canopy we will find smaller trees which are sorters and vines. Clear? Climatic conditions in the tropical rainforest is usually hot and humid throughout the year. Why? Because due to the accelerated decomposition of the soil which lacks the nutrients. Okay, this is the characteristic of the tropical rainforest. It is very easy and clear. Okay, then what are the common plants which are found in the tropical rainforest? We will find the broad-leaved evergreen tree like dipterocarps, okay, ferns, lianas. Epiphytes means the aerial hanging plants which are present on the tree, okay, like the orchids, wild orchids which we have seen, which are present on the tall trees. Okay, the aerial hanging plants are mainly called the epiphytes, and these are mainly present in the tropical rainforest. Okay, animals, we will find the predators such as tigers, leopards, okay, small cats, civets, herbivore like lion-tailed macaque, okay, flying squirrels, giant squirrels, red panda, elephants, and birds like hornbills, parakeets, okay, minavets, flycatchers, insects like butterflies and beetles, crickets, reptiles, and various species of frogs, lizards, etc. are found here in the tropical rainforest. So these are the common plants and the common animals which are present in the tropical rainforest. Okay, so let's see the adaptations of the plants and animals which are mainly present in the tropical rainforest biome. Okay, so tropical rainforests are mainly found in southern India. So what are the adaptations which are seen in the plants? First one, the forests are very dense. So plants needs to adapt themselves to trap the maximum sunlight, because usually this biome has a tall tree, nearly up to 70 meters, and mainly they used to trap the solar energy. So only a minimum amount of solar energy will fall on the ground or on the soil. So those tall plants, let's say herbs, shrub, and smaller tree, they have to adapt themselves to absorb maximum amount of sunlight. Clear? So therefore, the first adaptation that we see in the plants that are present in the tropical rainforest is to mainly adapt themselves to get the maximum sunlight. They do so by growing quickly or by growing on branches of taller tree, example orchid and vines. Heavy rainfall is the main characteristics of rainforest. So plants adapt by having waxy leaves. So they have to repel the water, because too much of water is also dangerous for the plant. So they have to repel the water. So in order to repel the water, so the plants will develop a waxy layer. Okay, they have got thick cuticle with waxy layer so that the water can easily fall from those leaves. So they have got waxy leaf in order to repel the water, and moreover they have got drip tip leaves which does not allow the water to stay on. So this will prevent the fungal and the bacterial growth. So these are the adaptations which are seen in the plants growing on the tropical rainforest biome. Then let's go to the adaptations which are seen in the animals. Now many animals become good tree climbers. So they have got arboreal lifestyles which will protect them from the predator also. These forests are rich in biodiversity, so there is a lot of competition for food. Clear? So animals adapt in a way to reduce these competitions. So since they have got huge biodiversity, so obviously for the food and shelter there will be competition among these species. So macaw and hornbills, they have developed a strong beak to crack the open nuts which other birds cannot. So this is one of the most advantageous adaptive features present in macaw and hornbill. Many develop good memory so that they do not waste time looking for the food. They know exactly where it is. Okay. Sloth minimizes its food intake and move very slowly as it hangs from the tree with the green algae growing on its fur. It is so well camouflaged that it is not visible to the predator. Then some animals become so poisonous that their enemies stay away from them. They are usually bright colored. So these are the few adaptations which are mainly seen in the animals which are present on the tropical rainforest. Okay, so what you have to remember over here? You have to remember the characteristics of the tropical rainforest. Then the type of plants and animals present in this tropical rainforest biome. Then the adaptive features, the adaptations which are seen in the plant and animals present in the tropical rainforest biome. This you have to remember. Clear? Now let's go to the second biome, that is deserts, which has less than 25 centimeter annual rainfall, which mainly found in the western and the central India. Days are very hot and the nights are bitterly cold. These are the characteristic features of desert, okay, desertic biome. Then only those animals which can withstand wide fluctuations of temperature can survive in the desertic biome. So let's see the common plants. Tree like sangril, desert teak, shrubs like oak and car, and grass like cans. Grass are found here in desertic biome. Animals like blackbird, Indian wild ass, Indian gazelle, red fox, nilgai, okay, caracal. These are mainly present, or few animals present in the desertic biome. Then common birds like eagles, falcons, buzzards, vultures, and Indian peafowls are present in the desertic biome. Now let's see the adaptations present in the plant. First one, the plants in the regions have to adapt themselves to minimize the use of water. Since rainfall is very less than 25 centimeter annual rainfall, so those plants which are present in the desertic biome, they have to conserve the water. So they have to adapt in such a way so that they can make the minimum use of the water in order to conserve it. So succulents like the cacti store water in the root, stems and leaf. Okay, plants have long roots to tap the underground water so that they can absorb the water from the underground surface. So they have got long roots. Some others have a wide ramification of root just under the surface to trap the rainwater. To minimize loss of water through transpirations, the leaves are reduced to spines. This is one of the most important adaptive feature present in cacti, where the leaves are modified into spines to conserve the water, to reduce the loss of water by the process of transpiration, where the water will be lost in the form of water vapor. In most of the plants, the stomata are sunken. They are present deep inside the plant, okay, deep inside the stems or the leaf. Okay, and we have got the waxy leaves in order to reduce the loss of water. Okay, glossy leaves reflect the rays of the sun, thereby reducing temperature of the leaf, and they will reduce the rate of transpiration and prevent evaporation. So these are the few adaptive features which are present among the plants which are grown in the desertic biome in order to conserve the water, in order to reduce the loss of water by the process of transpiration and by the process of evaporation. Clear? So let's go to the adaptations present in animals. So since water is very less in desertic biome, okay, so animals also needs to adjust in this desertic conditions. So animals get moisture from the food they eat, like the plants and insects. They have no sweat glands and their urine is concentrated. Why it is concentrated? Because since they have to conserve the water, so minimum amount of water will be lost in the form of urine. So urine will be highly concentrated. So why they are doing this? In order to conserve the water, in order to preserve the water. They have large ears to dissipate heat. Desert animals have fat concentrated in humps or tail, as fat tends to retain heat. To avoid the heat, most animals stay in the shelter during the day and come out only at the night. They have evolved into nocturnal animals and have excellent night vision. So why they are doing this? Mainly to prevent the heat during the daytime. Okay, now desert animals have thick skin to protect them from the heat and the cold. They also have the sharp claws to dig into the ground for taking shelter from the heat. So these are the few characteristics or the adaptive features which are present among the animal to survive in the desertic biome. Clear? Now next biome we'll talk about the grasslands, which is characterized by the dry and warm climate during the summertime and cold winters. Okay, precipitations, rainfall ranges from 50 and 90 centimeter per year, and most precipitations will be at the time of late autumn and the winter season. Okay, and grasslands are found in different climatic conditions ranging from near arid to patches of short grassland, solar grassland that occur on the hilly slopes of the evergreen forest in southern India. Now let's see the common plants. So mainly most of the plants belong to the grass family. Other plants includes herbs, which is a collective name given to the cornflowers, lupins, milkweed, etc. Okay, common animals: great Indian bustard, snow leopard, Nilgiri tahr, okay, wild buffalo. These are the few animals which are present in the grassland biomes. So this region has a variety of birds such as finches, munias, lark, doves, and pigeons. So let's talk about the adaptive features present in plants which are grown in the grasslands. So given the lack of precipitations during the summer seasons, so most of the plants that grow in the grassland, they have or they germinate in the fall instead of the spring. Okay, so they will germinate in the fall instead of the spring. These adaptations give plants such as jute grass a jump start on the growing season, meaning the plant can complete their life cycles before the onset of the dry seasons. Fire is a common occurrence in grasslands ecosystems. Because of this, the grassland biome is characterized by short or tall grasses and some small shrubs, but no trees. Plants in the grassland biomes have adapted to annual fire events. For example, though the parts of the plants that are above ground are destroyed by the fire, their root systems are able to resprout following the fire event. That means forest fire is one of the natural phenomenon in the grassland biome. Okay, so one of the most important adaptive features is that the root of these plants, see very carefully, okay, the root systems of this plant are adapted in such a way that even after the fire, all right, and after the fire is over, the first fire is over, the root systems can again resprout, again they can germinate and they can produce the seeds. Though the stems and the leaves, they are destroyed by the forest fire, but the root systems, after the forest fire is over, they can again resprout, they can again germinate, they can again produce the seeds. Okay, so this will require a fire event to begin the germination processes. So this is one of the most important features which are present in the plants present in the grasslands. Number 2, given the lack of precipitations, many plants in the grassland biome have extensive root systems that absorb water and below the ground surfaces. That means the root systems of the plant in the grasslands are so well developed. Okay, they are nicely developed so that they can absorb the water from the ground surfaces very well, because since precipitation is also very less in the grassland. So root systems is well nicely developed. Other plants have like a long taproot. Okay, this extensive root systems also ensures that the grazing animals are unable to pull the plants out from their root, so that the plant can resprout after the animal feed on the above ground portions of the plant. So we have got two advantages of having well developed root system in the plants. First one, after the forest fire is over, though the leaf and the stems are destroyed, the root systems can again resprout, they can again germinate, they can again give rise to the seeds. Number two, these root systems are so well developed, so nicely developed, they can absorb the water from the underground surfaces very well. Number three, the predators, or the, let's say the herbivore, those graze on these grasses, alright, they used to eat the upper part of the plant, the leaves, okay, the stems, but they are not able to pull the plant. Why? Because the root system of this plant is so well developed, alright, that the plant cannot that the animal cannot easily pull it up. Now after the herbivore will feed on the upper part of the plant, the root and the stems and the branches of the leaves, again these root systems can give rise to the new leaf, to the new stems. Okay, so this is one of the most important adaptive features present among the plant which are seen in the grassland biome. Now let's go to the adaptations which are seen in the animals present in the grasslands. Now animals that live in the grassland ecosystems exhibit a number of different adaptations. We have got different types of adaptations in the animals present in the grassland grassland biome. For example, many animals that are present in the grassland biome are grazers. That means they used to feed on the grasses, alright, such as pronghorn antelope. Other animals such as prairie dogs live in underground burrows that allow them to spend time in a cool environment rather than in the hot and windy conditions above the ground. So these are the few adaptive features present among the animals which are seen in the grassland biome. Next biome is coral reef, which are found in the shallow areas of the clear water within the oceans. Temperature ranges from 70 degree to 85 degree. They are found commonly in the tropical area like the southern coast of India or along the coast of Australia. Okay, so warm water is very essential for the coral reef to exist, and we have got three types of coral reef. This is very important. Okay, we have got three types of coral reef: fringing reef, barrier reef, and coral atoll. So fringing reef, they are found in shallow water along the continental shelf. Barrier reef, they are found further into the lagoon. They create a barrier between the lagoon. Okay. Then coral atoll, these are the rings of coral formed the remains of volcanic eruptions. Now what are the common plants? The most important plant that are present on the coral reef biome is the algae zooxanthelle. Remember this one, okay? So the most important plant that is present in the coral reef biome is the algae zooxanthelle. Okay, their photosynthetic act make the other plants' life possible. So due to the presence of algae zooxanthelle and due to the activity of photosynthesis performed by this algae, the existence of other plants is possible in this coral reef biome. The other plants include seagrass and mangroves. Animals, sponges, nudibranchs, fishes like blacktip, leaf shark, okay, clownfish are present. Jellyfish, sea anemones, sea stars, crustaceans like shrimps, crabs, lobsters, turtles, sea snakes, mollusks are mainly present in the coral reef biome. Now let's see the adaptations in animals. So usually the body of the fish is designed to maximize speed. The fish of the coral reef, on the other hand, has laterally compressed body. So they have a compressed body so that it can have much flexibility. So the body is laterally compressed, so it can give more flexibility. The placement of the pelvic and the pectoral fin is different. Okay, animals on the coral reef are brightly colored in order to escape detections or from easy recognition. The animals here have specialized jaw to help them chew the food found here. Parrotfish has big shaped mouth. Okay, butterfly fish has forceps shaped mouth parts. Many reef inhabitants have adapted to living together. Symbiotic relationship are adaptations over here. Symbiotic association means where the two species will live together and both the species will be mutually benefited from one another. One of the most important examples of symbiotic association found in coral reef habitat is the colony or the colors of the corals. Most corals need sunlight because they are colonized by colorful photosynthesizing algae called zooxanthellae. The two organizations benefit each other in many ways. For example, the coral reef gives off ammonia as waste, which is consumed by the zooxanthellae. That means the zooxanthellae and the corals lives together in a symbiotic associations where both of them has to be mutually benefited. So the advantage that is being given by the coral to the zooxanthellae algae is that it gives ammonia, which is consumed by the zooxanthellae for its nourishment. Okay, and in turn this will help to keep the coral clean, which is essential for its survival. So that means over here the coral is giving out ammonia as one of the waste products, which is being utilized by the zooxanthellae. Okay, and in return this zooxanthellae is consuming the ammonia given out by the coral, which is helping the coral to keep it clean, and this will help in its survival. Otherwise, when excess of ammonia will be released by the coral, the environment or the habitat will not be clean. It becomes dirty, which will not be suitable for the coral to survive. So here the symbiotic association between the coral and the zooxanthellae is very essential because both of them are being mutually benefited. Coral for its survival, it's giving out ammonia, and that ammonia is the waste product given out by coral is being utilized by the zooxanthellae. So both of them are being mutually benefited. So zooxanthellae is getting the nourishment from the coral, and in return coral is able to survive. Clear? So this association is very important. Okay, so it's one of the most important adaptive features also present in the coral reef biome. Now next one. One of the most abundant reef found is plankton, the microscopic plant animals and the bacterial organisms. Okay, numerous reef species are very efficient plankton harvesters using long tentacles designed to adhere to plankton cells. The tentacles are filled with toxins and stretched to great length to maximize their catch. Okay, let's go to the plants. Plants are adapted to live among coral reef by developing structures or characters which benefit other organisms around them. So what are the characters which are seen in the plant in the coral reef biome? Okay, so plant needs sunlight to perform photosynthesis. The coral reef that have a symbiotic relation with the algae zooxanthellae do not grow at a depth where there is no sunlight, because this algae needs sunlight to perform photosynthesis. So the algae provide the polyp with oxygen and food and removes nitrogen and carbon dioxide produced as waste and return gets shelter from the reef. So here also we can see the presence of symbiotic association between the coral reef and the plant, that is algae. Okay, sea grass help to anchor the soil sediment on the ocean floor with the specially adapted root which anchor the plants firmly even during the strong ocean currents. Okay, so we have got the strong or well developed root systems here in case of plants which are present in the coral reef biome also. They help to keep the surrounding water free of debris. They also provide oxygen for the coral reef. So these are the important adaptive features which are seen in the plants that have grown in the coral reef biome. Now next biome is the lake biome. Freshwater biomes having low salt concentrations, and the organisms are adapted to survive only where the soil concentration is very low. Okay, now lakes are divided into three important zones. What are those zones? Number one zone is littoral zone, number two zone is limnatic zone, and number three zone is profundal zone. Okay, so in lakes we will find three important zones. So those zones which are present in the lake are littoral zone, number one, remember, number two limnatic zone, and number three is the profundal zone. So let's talk about the littoral zone. So this is the topmost zone. Okay, so when we just think of a lake, all right, just for example, when we consider of a lake, suppose this is the lake. So this topmost part of the lake, okay, this topmost part of the lake is called the littoral zone, where there is plenty of sunlight, so it is relatively warm, because suppose sun is over here. Okay, so this zone can directly get the sunlight, so it is relatively warm. It supports a variety of flora and fauna, includes several species of algae, rooted and floating aquatic plants, snails, clams, insects, okay, crustaceans, fishes, and amphibians. It is getting plenty of sunlight. Then next zone comes the limnatic zone. Okay, so this zone we can say it is the limnatic zone. This is the open water surrounded by the littoral zone. The zooplankton and the phytoplanktons are found in this zone. So we just will find the zooplankton and the phytoplankton, the microscopic plant and the animals in the limnatic zone. So I'll just make over here one more time. So this is the lake. So the first zone in the lake is called which zone? It's called the littoral zone, which will get the direct sunlight. So this is the sunlight. So this zone will get the direct sunlight. Then the second zone, this particular zone is called the limnatic zone, where we will find zooplankton and phytoplankton, and a wide variety of freshwater fishes are also present in this zone. And the planktons have a very short lifespans, and when they die they fall into the lower zone and provide food for the organisms living there. So this particular zone, the lower zone, is called the profundal zone. So these are the three zones. Okay, so first zone is called the littoral zone, limnatic zone, and the profundal zone. Clear? So hope it is clear for you. Okay, so in profundal zones it's colder because it's not able to get the sunlight. Okay, and it's less denser, so this will get the maximum amount of sunlight. This zone will get the maximum amount of sunlight. Clear? Because it is this superficial layer. Their second zone, littoral zones. Then we have limnatic zone, then we have got the profundal zone. This profundal zone is much colder because it's not able to get the sunlight, and the fauna lives on the remains of the organizations of the other zone. So whenever the phytoplanktons will be dead in this particular zone, that will go down to the next zone and act as the food, okay, to the fauna living on the profundal zones. So first zone, then the second zone, and this is the third zone. Temperature fluctuates depending on the location of the lake. On average, in summer, temperatures can be about 20 degrees Celsius, and at the bottom it is 4 degrees Celsius. Okay, and in winter 4 degrees Celsius at the bottom and 0 degrees Celsius at the top. So this is the temperature ranges in the lake depending on the location where it is present. Now let's talk about the adaptations in plants. So many aquatic plants have air stored in their tissues. It's very important. Okay, so most of the plants which are present in the lake, they have got air stored in their tissue, mainly in the stems and the leaves. Now these air pockets which are present on the leaves and the stems will make the stems and the leaves light, so they can easily float on the surface of water. Okay, that they help buoyancy. So due to the presence of these air pockets on the tissue of the stem and leaves, the stem and the leaves can easily or freely float on the surface of water. So this will help them to trap more amount of sunlight to perform photosynthesis, and moreover they get enough oxygen for respiration also. For example, duckweed. The air pockets in the tissues of the yellow water lily provide an avenue for current of air. Oxygen-rich air enters the stomata of the leaves, okay, and slowly but steadily make its way down to the roots. And meanwhile, the air laden with carbon dioxide flow up to the leaves and then exits. Okay, so this is one of the most important features present in the plant found in the lake. So they have got air stored in the tissue of the stem and the leaf, so that this will help in the process of photosynthesis also, in respiration also, and in the exchange of gases also. And leaves that grow underwater, okay, leaves that go underwater, they tend to have a feathery or highly lobed form. This allows the water to move freely through the leaves without damaging them. It also gives the leaves a greater surface area for absorbing water and minerals from the water. And in animals, we will find few examples like sponges, okay, which don't have skeletons. So to maintain the balance, they take help of air bubbles either on the outside or inside. Example, phantom midge. Animals that live on the water surfaces use surface tension to stay in one place and not allow them to sink. Example, pond scatter. And the water scorpion uses a siphon to draw out air from the muddy strap of air. Thus, it can be seen that each biome has its special characteristics, flora and fauna. The flora and the fauna have their own special adaptations to make life more easy. Okay, so since we are talking about the different types of biomes like grasslands, tropical rainforest, okay, coral reef, desertic biome, and the lake biome, we have seen that each biome has got a unique species of plants and animals, or flora and fauna, and each flora and fauna present on each biome have the specific adaptive features or the characteristics which will help them to survive or to adapt or adjust to the particular habitat or in the particular biome. Okay, so here we have finished the chapter ecology. We'll just see now the few tables where we study about the comparative study plants and animals adaptations found in various biomes. So kindly go through the page number 34 and 35, okay, where we will see the biome tropical rainforest. Okay, then you will find the climatic condition of this one, hot and humid. Then you will find the common flora present in each biome and the adaptation in plants, okay, in each particular biome. Then you will find the common fauna, animal also, and their adaptation. So kindly go through the page number 34 and 35. So you will find the tropical rainforest biome, desert biome, okay, grassland biome. You will find the climatic condition in each biome and the flora and adaptations, then fauna in each biome and the adaptive features. So kindly go through it. Okay, so again we have got this coral reef over here. Then you will find the next biome is lake. Okay, this is the climatic conditions of that biome, then the name of the flora present in each biome and the adaptive features of each flora present in respective biome, then types of fauna present in each biome, it means animals, and the adaptive features found in each animal present in respective biome. Okay, so kindly go through this table. We will find the comparative study of plant and animals and the adaptations present in different biomes. So go to the page number 34 and 35. Clear? So here we have finished the chapter ecology. Okay, from next class we will begin with the new chapter. Clear? So thank you and see you in next class.